Good morning. And as promised, I'm going to show you a little bit about how to use Scrivener if you haven't used it before. I am far from an expert. I probably use the bare minimum features, but I'll show you what I do. First, I'm going to show you a project that's already in progress. This is a story that I have been working on. It is called A Christmas to Remember. If you can see right here, this is the title of my novel. You can change that title, and I'll show you how to do that after a bit. Each one of these little blue folders are chapters, and every white folder underneath the blue folder is text. So right now we are looking at the entire book. So I can show you quite a bit of it. And these are scene breaks. And as you can see, I have some notes. These are chapter breaks. I hope you can see those double dotted lines. I can go into each scene. So this would only show me one scene. This will show me that scene. If I want to look at the entire chapter, I can click on the main blue folder and it will show me both scenes. And let me see if there's with a scene break in between. Something that is very interesting is I can take this scene and I can drag it and drop it into another chapter if I want, and it will show up in my main novel. And I will drag this back and put it where it goes. Go back to the main chapter or the main novel as it loads up. Anything I change here will change in my scene. Anything I change in this scene will change in the novel. Okay, so let me drag this over. So when I started this novel, I set a word count goal of 50,000 words. You can see I'm at 41. I set my target of 652 words a day. I did that by dividing how many days I was writing and when my goal was. I will show you how to do that. You can also go into this project tab up here and go to your writing history. Drag that over here. And you can show history in words or characters. I use words. Writing days, it tells me I've only written 18 days on this project, which is not quite accurate because I brought this project over from Word. But you can see that I brought that project over in July, and it shows that I had 28,000 words when I did that. Anyway, let's go to October. Oops. And we'll show you how many words I wrote for the month of October. And it will show you which days I wrote, how many words I wrote for each particular day that I did write. So it's really nice to keep track so you can see when you were productive. Yesterday I wrote 3,200 words, which is nice. So I can close out of you can also export it, which is awesome. So over here I have notes that I've left for this particular chapter. I can go into other chapters and I have left notes. You can write your synopsis, drop it in over here. I have not done that. So let's create a new project. Oh, before we do that, let's go over here. Down at the bottom, you can see characters. And it does not have what I was looking for. So I'll open up this Scrivener right here. This is for a different project that I am working on. I have my chapters, and yes, I do have chapter 1. We can look at that. You do not have to title it chapter 1. You can just leave it and it will populate the very first few words of each chapter or each scene. But in here, I have allowed for characters and there's a template. So this is one of my characters I was able to drop in. I can put her name. I was able to drop in a photo. I have comments over here that I can use. I can put role in the story, which she is the heroine. Her goal is to find her missing brother. And I can put in physical descriptions, habits, mannerisms. It has all kinds of cool things, notes. This is my hero. He's a spy, but it has the same stuff. You can put all these little notes. So basically you have a character sketch for each person, each character that you want. I put some little notes in here on this one. She's a spy, goal to see France at peace. Then minor characters that are related to her would be her maid. I don't have a photo of her, but it's fairly simple to add photos. You can also do places. I don't have anything in here, but if I wanted to put a map of England and France in here, I could do that. So now we'll go back to the main chapter. As you can see, I left some notes for myself over here. Again, we have some scene there. That's a scene break, single dotted line in between them. And a chapter break is a double dotted line. All right. So now that we've got that done, we're going to hit this file button. We're going to go to new project. It's going to take it a second to load. And this is what your screen should look like. Getting started. It has a tutorial in here. You can use it if you want. I tried, and they have all these different options, which are great, but I go with the fiction. I do follow some of Save the Cat, but I have not used this template. So I go into novel. A simple novel. I don't do one with parts. I'm going to create, and we'll just call this a Scrivener test 2. We're going to save. All right, again, it's going to novel format. It's going to bring you up information about this template and what you can do, what you can use. I find some of it confusing when I go to prepare it for print or ebook. I will probably come back in here and read it a little bit more. It already has your manuscript, a chapter 1 and a scene 1. I am going to delete this chapter just so you can see what I can do or what can be done. So go into your manuscript. You can change the title by going into this little bar right here. Test 2. All right. So you have created your novel titled Test 2. Now to add chapters, and for time's sake, I'm just going to add 6. You're going to go to this blue folder right here, and you're going to create. To create another chapter, make sure your test 2 is highlighted and create a new folder. And you're going to do that. Now, for me, I take my projected word count and I divide it by 4,000 because that is approximately how many words I write per chapter. And then I will go in and I will create that many folders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll make one more. Okay, so you don't have to preview this on these little panes, but you can. Now, to create scenes, I know I write 2 scenes per chapter, so I'm going to again go up to this little plus sign, make sure my first untitled folder is highlighted, and I'm going to create a scene. Make sure that that folder is highlighted again and create another scene, which is going to be new text. It's not going to be a new folder. So folders are chapters, text are scene. Go to your second chapter and highlight it, go to the new text, and create another scene. Okay. We'll do it one more time. All right. When you go back to your test 2, which is the title of your novel, you're going to see all these window panes, but you're also going to see in the ones that have scenes, you're going to see little note cards behind them. So if we go to our chapter 1, you can see 2 note cards. Now we go in here and we start writing text. We can go into the second scene and write some more text. Go into your third scene in chapter 2. And so forth. Yeah, that's just an example. Oh. Okay, so now you can go back into here and it will populate your 2 little note cards with your text. You can go back in here and you can add some more text. And just for time's sake, I'm just going to copy some from another file. Put it here. Okay. And we go back here and see it shows up in your little note card. You go into test and it's not going to show up here, but if you switch from this pane right here and go into here, you will see your entire novel. So we can go here, and again, we're just going to add some text just so that you can see what it looks like when it shows up in your novel, and so forth. And if I wanted to add into the entire file, I can do that. And then I will go over here, go into my scene, and it shows up there as well. So that is that. Now, and ignore this is my pro writing. Go into your projects. And this is where you're going to do your word count. Here's your project target. So we are going to do words. Actually, let's see if we can do, you can, these are your writing days. let's see, deadline. I'm going to add a deadline. So we're just going to put the 30th. Okay. And you can reset your target session. It shows me I have 28 days left. Let's see. It tells me I've written 150 words on this project. Let's say that my goal is 2,000 words, and it will show me. So anytime I go into my Scrivener, I can open my project target and it will show me this little line about how much I have written for the day. And let me grab some more text so that I can show you. Sorry, I'm trying to find a good spot to grab a decent amount of text. Okay. We're just going to grab this entire chapter. And I know you can't see what I'm doing because I'm on a different screen. But I just want to show you. Come on. Okay. You can move that around. All right. So it tells me my draft target has been achieved for the day. It tells me how many words I have written. And I just think that's a really, really cool feature. Again, let me see if they have, so we can go into characters. We can add a character sketch. So that's where you would add your photos. Oops. And you can just make sure your character is highlighted. And again, go to where this plus button is, this down button, and add a character sketch. And you can type in, you can change the name so that you know what your character is. Okay, and then places, again, go up to the plus button, go to the drop down, setting sketch, name of setting is going to be and let me see. One last thing. I'm going to try and grab a map. And I'm going to use my snip and clip, my snip and sketch feature here. Obviously, I know you can't see it. Do new. And whoops. We're going to copy and so basically I used my skip and sketch on the other screen. Let me see if I can. So what I did was We'll just do new. And gives us that option, and hit this copy button and go into Scrivener and Control V. So you can add pictures, you can add settings. Let me see if I can show you a picture real quick. So this is our character. I'm going to type in Birdie. We're just gonna, we'll choose her. So I know it's AI generated. We're gonna do new, and we will do that. We'll copy. We'll go into our Scrivener and Control V. So that's how you add character sketches and setting sketches. And I think that is it. If you have any questions, and I know the answer, I will try and give you the answer. But that is basically all you do. I hope you enjoy and have fun with Scrivener. There is a lot to explore, for sure. A lot to do, and it can be a lot of fun, and especially when you can see your chapters over here and you can move things around. So if you have a scene that you want to move to the bottom, you can do that easily. If you want to move it up to the front, you can do that very easily as well. I think it's easier than Word, although Word has some functions that I like better. But it's just, I think there's a lot that you can do with this. So let me know if you have any questions.